everyone, welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs. Today is Try It Tuesday. I cannot wait to show you the creators who inspired me these past couple months, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Our first inspiration is coming from Bella Renover by Kristana. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but I have been watching her almost every morning lately. She does amazing work with bold colors and blending, and she is just a very fabulous teacher. She really speaks my language, and I appreciate her videos so very much. Her link will be down in the description box along with everyone else that I mentioned in today's video. So we are going to use this small box. I thrifted it for $1.99, and we're going to play around with Kissing Booth, Cowgirl Coral, and Petticoat Pink. As I've mentioned previously, I really want to get into doing more furniture pieces. So I feel like starting with these smaller pieces is the way to go, because if I mess them up, it's not a lot of money I've invested, and it's giving me like smaller chunks to work with, which I think is easier to like process and comprehend when I'm starting off. So this one might be a little lengthy, you guys. All right, so we're starting off with Kissing Booth, and I am going to wrap this around the entire box. For all of these colors, you're going to need a separate paintbrush for it, and then a neutral paintbrush, which we will bring in a little later. Now, every coat that I put down right now is just the base coat. And I will say that I learned that you should probably put a primer down, because my paint started pulling away from this. I did clean it, but I'm sure there was oils and, stuff like that still on it, which you will see later. So I go around with the Cowgirl Coral right on top of the Kissing Booth, and I'm going to come up to the top of the box, and then for my last color, I am going to put Petticoat Pink in here. Now remember, this is just our first coat. Now when we get into the second coat, we are going to start the blending process. So I am just going over my Kissing Booth. When I get to the meet-up line of Cowgirl Coral, I am going to take my mister bottle and lightly mist this. Then I'm going to bring just a little bit of that Kissing Booth up to meet the Cowgirl Coral, and kind of just go back and forth, up and down. Then I'm going to get that Cowgirl Coral brush. I'm going to apply my second coat, and then as I'm coming back down, I'm going to mist it once again, and then try blending that into the meetup of Kissing Booth. Now I'm going to take that neutral brush. The neutral brush is you can clean in between applications just by spritzing it with water, wiping it off on a paper towel. I'm going back and forth, up and down, circular motions. We just don't want to see harsh lines where the two colors meet up. I'm going to do this going all around our box, working in sections. As I get to the top, again, we did that second coat of Cowgirl Coral. Now I'm doing the second coat of Petticoat Pink. Then I spritz it and I start blending like I did those other colors. However, what happened up top was my paint started pulling off of the box. And this is where I was like, okay, this is why they prime furniture before starting this. So that was, you see it right there? And no matter what I did, and I knew that like the more I like was going to try blending it, the more it was going to pull off. So this is where we never give up. I do not throw projects to the side. I rethink, and I kind of channeled my inner Debbie here, Debbie's Design Diary. And I went with something else, okay? So to cover that up, we're gonna take this sunflower mold. I do have this one in stock now, finally able to get my hands on it. I dusted it with cornstarch, and then I'm going to put my clay in here. And y'all, oh my goodness, this was my first time doing this sunflower mold with clay. Usually I do resin, and wow. this takes a lot of clay and it does take some time. Erin with Lady Poe Designs actually uses this one quite a bit. I give her props. I rather use the resin, but we needed this to be moldable, flexible. So after I popped it out, I laid it on top of my box to get the position that I wanted. Once I knew where I wanted it and see how it has like that outline where I need to put it, I put my Tite Bond Quick and Thick, brushed it all around, and then flopped that baby back onto the box. I'm going to push it down, not with a lot of pressure because I don't want to lose any of those beautiful details of my sunflower. And once that was all done, I got my craft knife and I am now going to cut that so we could obviously open the box, okay? Now, while the mold is still wet, I'm going to take Kissing Booth, do one coat. Then I do actually paint the inside with Kissing Booth and Cowgirl Coral as well. I take out that nasty green felt as well. And next we are taking our liquid patina in Golden Ticket, and I am dry brushing this on. So I am just dipping my brush into the lid, dabbing the excess off, and then I am just like rubbing the brush over all of those details. I didn't want a heavy coating of it, but I wanted all of those details to pop back out. And oh my gosh, this turned out so pretty. And that gold over Kissing Booth, fabulous. We're going to use the Apothecary set of stamps. You guys, this, I'm going to get like so many uses out of this. It is restocked on the website now, but once it is gone, I cannot order any more until May because the warehouse is sold out. All right, so I just put some black ink on here. I'm using my stamp mount, which is also available on the website. And I am starting on the front. Then I am going to go into the inside of our box. I took that green felt out, and then I'm taking this scrap leather. A subscriber, I think like 2 years ago, sent me a bag of all of this, and I'm finally putting it to use. So I just cut that out, glue it in, and then once again, because I'm extra, I took more stamps. And it says, "You are enough" on the outside, and when you open it, it says, "Just as you are." And then I just cleared this with clear DIY wax. And once that was dry, this is how it turned out. So you guys, this was not how I expected the box to look. I just was going to do a blend job, maybe a stamp, but this turned out way better than I could have imagined. And it was a great piece to work and learn on. And that is the whole thing about crafting, as I've said before, and getting inspired by other people. So I got some work to do, but I think that this was absolutely gorgeous. This next one, unfortunately, did not have a link to a creator. So I do not know the original creator, but I knew that I wanted to recreate this. So I am going to take one of these frames, and you guys, I'm actually using this stuff. I'm thrifting. Pat on the back for me. And I'm going to use the DIY paint product Painterly in Extra Electra. At least that's what I think it is. In these little sample containers I got from the warehouse, they didn't have names on them, so I'm guessing here. So after cleaning the frame, I get my chippy brush and I am dipping it into that Extra Electra. Now these are very, very pigmented, and it only takes a little bit on your brush to go a very long way. So with this paint job, I am not trying to get into all of those nooks and crannies. I just want it sitting on top of the frame. I still want some of that gold to peek through. And then what I'm going to do is mimic that same paint job on the opposite corner of the frame. Now, as I am going outwards to meet like the plain gold part, I'm going to lightly feather that paint out so that I can more easily blend it with our next color. Now, I don't know how they created the other one, but my thought was I'm going to use shipwrecked wax and let's see how it goes. So I do load up the brush quite a bit. And again, I am just putting it on top and then around the edges. I'm not trying to like get into all of the details on the sides. And then I am going to take my paper towel and I'm going to wipe the excess of that off. Now, using the wax made it so easy to transition into that Electra color because I was able to just kind of like dust it on. So now I'm just taking a dry chip brush and I'm kind of buffing that wax out so it looks almost like blurred, I guess you could say. And I dust it as well into that Electra where like the two meets to make it look like a smoother transition. Then I take just a little bit of that shipwrecked and I'm going to go on top of that Electra. This is also going to seal that paint color. So we're not going to have to go on top of it with clear wax or any of that stuff. That paint color will be sealed by that shipwrecked wax. I'm going to do the same thing for the upper corner. And then to finish it off, I'm going to take Golden Rule. And this is where it, I channeled my inner Debbie here once again and just went with it. And this turned out so good. I definitely want to try this again. And this is where I say that like trying things on smaller pieces could lead to you learning more about things. Like, like if I have a big giant mirror or something, I would totally do this paint technique with the wax on something like that because it turned out gorgeous. I popped in some decoupage paper and bam. Just popping back in, my friends. I hope you guys are enjoying this video. And if you are, please do your girl a favor and leave me a comment, like, and if you haven't already, subscribe. It's an absolutely free way you can help out my channel. If you are new to Try It Tuesday, it happens the last Tuesday of every month. Other creators are free to join in as well. And if they do, there will be a playlist linked in the description box. Try It Tuesday is a way to celebrate other creators and show you who we are inspired by. Like our inspiration stems from somewhere. And the past month, I've really been getting into furniture and blending and just kind of dabbling outside the lines and thinking outside the box when it comes to colors and textures. So a lot of the people that I'm showing you in today's video have really represented that for me, and it's who I've been watching lately. So make sure to check all of their links out. I will put them down in the description box. Show them some love. And with that said, you guys, let's go ahead and get into the rest of the video. Next inspiration is Debbie from Debbie's Design Diary. She really is fearless when it comes to using paint. She thinks outside the box. She colors outside the lines, and it really inspires me to do the same and let go a little. So that's what we're doing in this one. I had to show you guys this. So this is a watercolor journal, and my dear friend Kendra from Nightly Creations sent me this for my birthday, and I've really been utilizing it. I have been jogging down the mixing of the different colors I've been doing so that I could remember like what paints make what color. I'll even like note on there what the ratio was. So like if I used a 50-50 pour or what have you. And this is a great way for me to keep track of, my mixing colors. So thank you, Kendra. So for this color, I mixed Kissing Booth and Blue Iris, and it created the most beautiful purple color. Oh my gosh. It was more vibrant than I could have ever imagined. I think it has to do with that blue iris. So I'm going to take this tin little wall pocket. If you guys have been watching my Thrifted Thursdays, then you'd probably be really proud of me because I am actually DIYing the stuff that I am buying. Yes, that is good for me. So I actually only had to do one coat of this. If you're new to my channel, I always stipple my paint on. I do not like brush strokes, so I do stipple this entire thing, even the back of it, even the inside pocket of it, I decided to paint. Once that was fully dry, I am going to take another painterly color in Love Language. And this is where the channeling of Debbie comes in because, like I said, she's not about doing things perfectly. Like, she really draws outside the lines and lets things kind of just like happen. And for me, usually I would be like, oh my gosh, I just want this color on all the raised surfaces so it looks nice, neat, presentable. And for this one, I just rubbed it on the brush and I let it do its thing and let the paint fall where it wanted to fall. And it turned out so beautiful. It looks like layers of paint chipping away, almost like a brick, and I didn't even use texture. And the colors are just so bright and so beautiful. They can't help but like make you smile and happy. And I totally was feeling this project as I was doing it and having so much fun using different colors than I normally would. So after that dried, I cleared it with DIY's clear wax, and then I am going to top it with some gold wax. Now, you guys, the painterly line isn't something that I've carried because I didn't know if I was personally going to use it. So if the painterly is something that you guys would be interested in, let me know down in the comments. And look at how fun. These color choices aren't going to be everybody's jam, and that is completely okay with me. It is a piece that makes me smile and it makes me happy, and at the end of the day, that is all that matters. And I don't even know if I will sell this one because I love it. Our last one, you guys, a lot of you guys already know, Upcycled by Brie. And she does a lot of thrift flips, and she has been doing a lot of thrift hauls lately. This is actually black velvet on the left and little black dress on the right. I wanted to show you the color difference there. We are actually going to be using black velvet. And I actually did this during Halloween, but it's been a while, so I thought I'd show you guys again. We're going to use black velvet on this rooster. And, you know, I know some of you are like, why are you painting it? But they just don't sell in the traditional colors for me. So I'm hoping it'll now sell. So I'm going to do one coat of black velvet, and then I'll go in with a second coat just to cover anything that like I may have missed. After that completely dries, I'm going to take DIY's black wax. I never use black wax, but anytime that you are using your darker colors like black velvet or chocolate or little black dress, this will really deepen that dark color and give it a little bit more vibrancy. So right after we're done applying that wax, we're going to take dark and decrepit dust, and I am going to use my finger. I used to use a brush, but I have noticed that using the finger, I'm really able to push the dust into the wax so it holds more and gives me more color. So I am going to do this sporadically around the rooster. And if you guys haven't got what we're doing, we're trying to attempt a faux cast iron look on the rooster here. So after I apply it, right after I'm done applying it, I'm going to take a little brush, dust off the excess of it everywhere, and then we are done with this cast iron look. Let me know what you guys think of this reveal. I think it turned out really stinking good. It was definitely the look I was going for. I'm hoping it'll sell a lot faster now. And it's a fun piece. It was just a fun little piece. It was $1.99 at the thrift store, and we gave it new life. So thank you guys so much for being here today. Make sure to check out the creators' links down in the description box. Show them some love. Let them know that I sent you, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, you guys. Have an amazing week. I'll see you on Thursday. Hey, my friends that stick around until the end. I have no bloopers except, you know, if breathing counts as a blooper, then there you go. Now I'm just kind of using these if I don't have any bloopers to just kind of like update you on what's been going on, since I haven't been really doing like lives and stuff like that. Everything over here is chaotic. I'm getting bigger by the day, and it is getting a little harder. I like had this burst of energy coming into the second trimester, and now I'm getting to the point where like my back is killing me again, like it did with Montgomery, and my sciatica is bothering me. But I also think that is because like I've been just doing a lot with like the IOD release and videos, and trying to just like stay on top of YouTube while it's slow. So it has been crazy. Here is the, not that you could see it that well, but like the ginormous bump. We are 23 weeks. We're going to be 24 this week. And I showed you guys the anatomy scan on the other one. So baby is doing great. Nothing looks abnormal. And we should be doing good. The next thing that goes on is the glucose test. So yay! As far as business goes, you guys, thank you so much for your support with the IOD release. That was absolutely amazing. I couldn't believe how fast that sold out. I totally underestimated all the IOD lovers out there because I didn't think any of it was going to sell out. So all of that should be restocked by the time you see this video. DIY paints. We are releasing 6 new cottage colors. I think, is it at the end of this week or the beginning of next week? I will definitely post about it, but 6 new colors and some other exciting news. I want you guys to keep in mind, I did announce it one time, but DIY paints are going to increase in price. Debbie has not increased the prices on her paints in over 8 years. So she is truly somebody that has tried all she could not to increase the price of her paints, but it's come to a point where that is going to happen. We don't know the price increase yet. So keep a lookout and buy what you can now at the price it is now. And yeah, you guys, just thank you so much for all of your support, for always hanging out here with me. I appreciate you all so very much. And thank you, real quick, thank you so much for all of you that have sent Amazon gift cards for the babies. There's only one, I swear, for one. But Natalie sent stuff for the other children as well. The other children. And the gifts that have been sent to the P.O. box. So thank you so much. We truly appreciate it. We're really excited not knowing the gender of the baby. So yeah, you guys, I hope you have an amazing week, and I'll be back here on Thursday with Thrifted Thursday, and then Saturday with another video. Okay, bye. Oh, you're too far down. There we go. Say hi. Hi. My name's Hank. Need your ears? Anytime you rub his ears, he starts like, oh, did that hurt, baby? I'm sorry. We need to clean your ears. That's probably why. Probably got a lot of stuff in there. Yeah, thanks.